Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Azim bin Muhammad Ariff. I'm from RCS240 CSP, and I'll be presenting about data visualization of how food consumption can lead to diabetes for subject CSP650. So let's jump to the first one, is the stakeholders. I want to talk about stakeholders. There's three stakeholders, which is dietitians, and public users. Alright, so the first one is diabetic. So what this dashboard can help to diabetic. So the first one can assist on decision making. It can give the suggestion to the diabetic. It can help in providing the glycemic value for each food. So next one is understanding on how on food glycemic content. It's just not about glycemic content. It can be all of the content, such as the glycemic value, glycemic indices, the country origins, the food manufacturers, and stuff like that. And then the third one is calculating total glycemic load. It can help user to calculate the glycemic load that has in their food. Let's say they choose 2 or 3 food, and they calculate all this glycemic load in their food. Next we have dietitian. Dietitian can use the dashboard to explain more about food consumption. So let's say they have a patient that has diabetes. They can just use this dashboard to explain about food consumptions, and then they can give suggestion for food to patient. Let's say the dietitians need to be giving options to the patient, but instead of just giving it little by little, it can just give this dashboard, and the dashboard can help in give suggestion for food. And the third one is assisting in explaining diabetes. So this dashboard covers everything, so it can help in explaining diabetes as well. So the third one is a public user. It can give awareness to the public about diabetes and food consumption. So basically it can just give knowledge about diabetes, even though they are not a diabetic or a dietitians, right? So the next one is helps in explaining what is glycemic index and glycemic load. So if somebody that is new to this environment, they will understand basically about what is glycemic index and glycemic load from this dashboard as well. So I want to talk about data source. Alright, so as you can see, there's this screenshot of the University of Sydney. So the data originates from University of Sydney's website. So I'm gonna take up the glycemic index from this website, and then the website link is from glycemicindex.com. It was from the University of Sydney, and the data collected in this website is food detail with glycemic index and glycemic load. So basically everything about food is being collected here. Alright, the second data source is from EFSA, so basically European Food Safety Authority. So the data origin is from EFSA, European Food Safety Authority website, and the website link is efsa.europa.eu/en and stuff like that, to the data that we're looking for. And the third one is data collected. So the data collected here is the food consumed by European, because I want to specify more about European food consumptions later on in this project to show how food consumption can affect in diabetes. So important data, or the important value in the data sets. Alright, so the first important data sets is from the University of Sydney website. So the first important value is glycemic index. Of course, we're gonna calculate all the glycemic indexes in the in the data sets, so that we can show it to in the dashboard. And second one is glycemic load. So basically glycemic load will be used to calculate all the food consumptions in the daily life of the user. So basically calculate everything that the user choose, and then show the glycemic load. And then the country. So of course this is important, because like I mentioned before, I want to calculate, or I want to see the pattern of food consumption in Europe countries. So it's very important to have this country value. Alright, so next important data value is from the EFSA website. So what I really thing that is important here is the categories of food. So to see the food from the glycemic index table and the CFSA table is the categories that have similarities. Alright, other than country, categories of food are the connection between both data sets. So it's very important to have this column, I can say. And next one is percentage of consumers. Of course, it's very important to have percentage of consumers so that we can see the likelihood of European to consume that kind of food, right? So next is the processes that I'm using in this project. So the first one is data scraping. Like I mentioned before, I'm gonna take the data from the websites of university from Sydney, right? So it required me to do data scraping because it didn't provide any link that I can download or anything. So the only possible way is to scrape it. So I'm going to use ParseHub. I already use ParseHub to scrape all the data. So as you can see on the first picture is the website in the ParseHub interface. And then if you follow some step through it, you will be seeing this kind of page, collecting page 2, and then as you can see, you can download this as CSV file or SL, JSON, and API. So that's for data scraping. And next is data transformation. So basically, I'm cleaning this data sets, not this data set, every data set that I have using Microsoft Excel. So I'm gonna give example here. So as you can see, this is supposed to be called the evoid. So basically it means evoid equals, and I'm gonna use find and replace function, which I'm gonna call it the evoid and change it into evoid equals, and then the third snip as evoid equals, you already changed it to the right one. So yeah, I think this is the wrong captured value, so I think it's better for me to clean it, even though evoid equals is being called the void, but yeah, it would be better if I change it to evoid equals, I guess. Next is data transfer. Alright, so I'm going to use HDFS for my storing environment. So for storing the data, HDFS is used and need to transfer the clear data set into the directory and create a table using Hive command. So basically I'm using HDFS and I'll be using Hive as well, so that's why I'm using HDFS, so that I can do commands in Hive, so that you can just load from HDFS to Hive better. So as you can see on the first picture is the directory that I've been saving, and the second one is the table that I'm creating in Hive, so that I didn't show the load processes. So it's basically just load from directory to the tables, right? So next is data analysis. Data will be aggregated by using Hive commands to create, sort, and recalculate the data value. So as you can see on the first picture here is a create table containing export 2. So basically I want to create another table that store as stats file, which select G is equal to glycemic 2, right? G equals to all, and a column that calculate G load is being calculated here, glycemic index times carbs itself divided by 100, and I'll be using left of the joint conc is another table which is on g.country equals to c.country. So basically these two tables have something in common, which is country columns. Next is select all from glycemic index or carb itself divided by 100 as calculate GL from glycemic 2. So this is pretty much the same as this, but this one used left out the joint from another table. Alright, so that's the data analysis, some of the data analysis used in this project. And next is dashboard visualization. So dashboard is done by using Microsoft Power BI. There's 3 types of chart I've been using, which is the first one is tree map, the second one is the bar chart, and the third one is line chart. So basically it represents the different meaning of it, representing different type of data value. So it's better to use the correct one before finalizing your designs. Alright, so the important pages in my dashboard will be this one, right? Glycemic loads. So as you can see, this is the description of what is glycemic load, and this will calculate all the glycemic load available when the user choose. Alright, so they can search and search for their food, and a bar chart is used here to give a scale measurement for the user to see their food glycemic index value, and glycemic load is being shown like this because it's help in showing the data better. Right, so the next page is food detail page. So this is what I meant before. I'll be showing about food detail as a page. So let's say they choose a banana bread made with 100% whole wheat flour. So it show glycemic index, which is pretty good, and the glycemic load, which is quite medium. So alright, as you can see, there's two types of color, which actually is three. So green for low glycemic index, yellow for medium glycemic index, or load, or index, or load, something like that, and the red represent danger. Right, so this shows a country, and then this is the food category, and this is the country, and this is the reference. So basically every details from the food is being shown in the food detail page. But there's a few other important page, but I don't have much time, so I think that's all from me. Thank you.